Ang lagi nating dapat ituro sa bahay, pag may mga batang lalaki, teach them how to become good fathers and good husbands. Kasi pag nakinig kayo sa lahat ng problema ng tao sa Pilipinas halos, 4 yata out of 5 babae, iniiwan ng asawang lalaki. Tapos iniiwan na may mga anak na papalakihin, bahala ka na sa buhay mo. Mga girlfriend na bubuntisin, tapos iiwan, bahala ka na sa buhay mo. We must teach our men to become men because forever, boys. Sa maraming mga bahay, yung mga batang lalaki, basketball to death. Maghapon, uuwi, tututog ang mga medyas sa dumi, lalaban ni ate. Tapos pagod na pagod, aakyat, anong pagkain? Nagluluto si ate, tsaka si nanay. So you will create another generation of spoiled men who will become irresponsible husbands. Ganun na nangyayari. Itong mga irresponsible husbands ngayon, pinalaki ng mga nanay nila yan na ganyan. 80%. May mga 20 naman na nagpapalaki ng tama, di ba? Pero saan galing lahat yan? Di ba nakikita ka nila sa bahay nila eh. Among-amo yung mga tatay, yung mga nanay, chimay. So, uulitin lang nila pag sila na may mga sariling asawa. Pero sabi ni Jesus, no. It will not be taken from her. She likes to learn with the men, she will do that. That is the better choice, Martha. Sabi yun ni Jesus. O sino sa inyo ngayon ang gusto pumatay kay Jesus? Dahil sinasabi niya yun. Pinapalitan niya yung power structures. Pinapalaya niya lahat ng api. Kahit sino pang api yun. Luke 8:1-3. After this, Jesus traveled about from one town and village to another, proclaiming the good news of the kingdom of God. Good news, ha? Hindi bad news. Good news. The 12 were with him, and so were some women. These women were helping to support them out of their own means. These were the Jesus women. The women in the Jesus ministry. They are learning, they are learned, they are capable, they could support ministries. Hindi sila nakaasa, nakasandal sa lalaki. May mga sarili silang hanap buhay, marunong silang kumilos para hindi sila naaapi. And do you imagine what it means for you to leave Galilee, travel with Jesus all the way to Jerusalem? Malayo yon, ilang linggo yan. That means that they have managed their households well, that even though they leave the kitchen, their household runs well. Hindi ka kailangan matali dyan forever kasi may buhay ka, may talent ka, may career ka dapat, at may ministry ka. Pero time management lang yan. Hindi kailangan pabayaan yung isa dahil sa isa. Pero hindi sila nagpatali sa kusina. Hindi masama na matali sa kusina kung chef ka. Pero kung buong buhay mo, yun na lang yung ginagawa mo sa buhay, hindi yun baliwala. Mahirap nga yun eh. Pero paano naman yung mga ibang calling sa'yo ng Diyos? Yung mga talent na binigay sa'yo, hindi na madedevelop yun. Napakahalaga. Maraming mga babae uubusin ng kakabataan, kasariwaan at kagandahan, kagigisa. Tapos pag naglaylayan na ang lahat ng anatomy nila na tinatawag ng mother gravity, iiwan na sila ni husband, ipapalit 14. So yun na naman ngayon ang tatanda na naggigisa-gisa, paulit-ulit lang. Jesus was liberating women from all this. Jesus was not anti-men, He was anti-slavery of any form. Importante, minamaliit ng mga lalaki nung panahon sa mga babae. Kaya tingnan ba, pinapupunta sa kusina si Mary. When Jesus rose from the grave, kanino siya kauna-unahan nagpakita? Di ba kay Maria Magdalena? At sabi niya, Mary, tell the other disciples, I have risen, I will meet them somewhere. In effect, Mary declared the resurrection. And she declared it to the male disciples and the disciples of the rest of the world. But it was Mary who declared it. Tapos ngayon, sa mga Bible-based Christian churches, bawal mag-preach ang babae, bawal mag-teach ang babae, kasi galing na naman kung kanino yung teacher yun. Ang tatanong mo lang, si Jesus ba nagturo nun? Siya na nga ito nagsasabi kay Mary, you sit there. It's not just sitting there. She was going to be a disciple because she was learning from Jesus. That's where the confusion all come. Dapat salain kay Jesus ang lahat. For so long, women power in the church was never used. And so the church missed 50% of all the energy and all the power that could have been at the disposal of the gospel. Napakahalaga to go back to the Jesus style of church work. Jesus is not oppressive to minorities and the weak. Because of this elitist system, the royalty, the monarchy, and then the colonial government of Rome, and then the rule of the priest in the temple, ang daming taong nabaliwala. Ang daming taong nasiksik sa mga sulok-sulok, gilid-gilid. Because of the so many requirements, many people had become outsiders. And because of the moral and religious teachings, many were ostracized, marginalized, maligned even, judged, vilified, demonized. But Jesus included the excluded. Kaya yung mga puwera, yun ang isinali. Even God, in the Old Testament, pinakain niya ang propeta by ravens. Mga uwak, birds considered unclean were used by God to feed the prophet. So kita nyo doon, masyadong maselan yung mga religyoso, but not God. Yung mga taong naliligaw ng landas, ipinakausap ng Diyos through a donkey. Pati donkey, ginamit ng Diyos sa magsalita. Lahat ng gustong gamitin ng Diyos, gagamitin niya. Kaya, yung demoniac, yung maraming espiritong nanahan sa kanya, pinaalis ni Jesus, sabi niya, go home, tell the people how much God has had mercy on you. So ginawa niyang spokesperson itong taong ito.